Welcome back to VEGO, fast, vegan, and vegetarian for those on the go. The Pod Magazine show featuring items found on our healthy grocery store program of the same name. Chef Brian creates cool recipes exclusively for you using only his simple ingredients and lots of love. His famous no-measure style makes creating great meals incredibly fast and truly a joy. So here he is, VEGO Chef Brian. VEGO and you're done.
Hey everybody, welcome to VEGO. I'm Chef Brian, and I come to you every week with some really cool recipes, of course some neat food science, and we're going to dive into some company reviews and a whole lot more, and I've got a lot of great stuff for you planned this week. So hey, let's get our VEGOs on and let's get started. And just a reminder to everybody, if you'd like to see pictures of all the cool stuff we prepare here on the VEGO Pod Magazine, well then just slide over to our Instagram account, VEGO Food Show, and you can catch all that cool recipes right there for you. You know, we also have some great educational programs. We have our health booster classes, our summertime series kicking off on July 7th. They're going to be Tuesday nights, webinar format on the GoToMeeting platform, and you can get all the exciting details and join me, Chef Brian, for my educational health program, the Health Booster Summer Series, and you can get tickets over at eventbrite.com and just key into the search menu, Health Booster Classes, and it'll take you right there. And we got a sweetheart of a deal for you. And they're kicking off, like I said, on July 7th, 2020. Going to be a lot of fun this summer, so make sure you join me for my Health Booster Classes. Now, we're going to come to you with our essential ingredient. Our essential ingredient for today is going to be Lupin. Oh, I love working with lupin, and I hope you do too. These are these incredible beans. They're bright yellow legume seed from the lupinus plant, traditionally eaten and pickled as a snack food, and mostly coming from the Mediterranean basis, Latin America, North Africa. And it's the bitter variety of the beans that are high in alkaloids and extremely bitter unless they are rinsed very, very, very well. But boy, these yellow fat beans, I'm going to tell you something, boy, on their own, when you pull them out of the pickle jar, and you can get them at your local health food store, boy, what a tasty snack on a salad or as a side condiment. Really, the flavor and the taste really, really grows on you. However, when you dry them, and then you grind it into a flour, then you have lupin flour. And this is a product that is just like catching like wildfire, literally all across coast to coast, and the lupin flour is something you definitely want to give a try to. And our friends at Eco Ideas on our VEGO food program of the same name, we have a great lupin product that you can try. You're going to absolutely love it. Now, the health benefits of lupin are incredible. It's gluten-free, low-carb, it's plant-based protein, it's got essential amino acids, prebiotics, and if there was a food that has embodied all of the dietary buzzwords, then you definitely have heard of it by now. And you've seen it plastered all over social media. And boy, I mean, this guy is just, like I said, it's just a new darling child, especially for the flours and healthy alternatives. And it's just starting to make waves. It's super healthy and has been used for literally years and years all around the world. And it's very powerful food, superfood, truly, really is. And the stem of the plant is used as very photogenic, but boy, it's these little bean pods that are just incredible. And lupin flour can basically be substituted anywhere in like baking breads, cakes, pancakes. Can be used as a thickening agent in soup. You mix it with a little bit of water, then drop it in, just like you would if you were using flour and water. It can be used for breading and also for frying foods, and there's all kinds of uses of it. If you think of it as just a simple flour substitute, but a super, super healthy alternative. And you know what? It's so versatile. You can really, really put your creative juices to it. You can really experiment with this flour. And the feel of it, it really is kind of a combination of, imagine your favorite white flour from years and years ago mixed with the rice flour, and you kind of blend it together, and it's got this really vibrant yellow color. Now, we're going to do an amazing recipe here, and so hold on, get ready. It's lupin golden ginger smash cookies. Hang tight, this is going to be a lot of fun. But before we get into the recipe, you can get the Lupin flour, and you can get this guy on our VEGO food program. And listen, if you want to get details on the VEGO food program, like you'd like to get a catalog of all 1,200 items that we have available for you, it really is like a grocery store right there in your internet, ready for you to buy. And the details are at my website at bgangel.com. And just go onto the homepage and follow the tabs, and you can download the beautiful, gorgeous 48-page catalog. And then also I have the price list with our members price list. And by the way, there's no membership here to join, okay? And you get all the benefits of joining the VEGO food program. The best part is you get 20% off the retail off the top. And a lot of these products, by the way, are 8 to 18% cheaper than Amazon. That's how good of a deal this guy is. And apparently, if your order's around $250, and I also have a sample order if you'd like to get a sample order of all the different foods, and I put together this sample order based on all of the different recipes that we do here on the VEGO food program. I have that available, and if you'd like me to email that to you, hey, just drop me a line to bgangel777@gmail.com. Now, the 227-gram bag of the Lupin flour from Eco Ideas, it retails around $6.98, and our members only pay $5.58. And the bigger bag, the 454-gram, that's around $10 retail. Our members only pay $7.98. Hey, let's dive into these amazing recipe of the Lupin cookies. You're going to absolutely love this recipe. So hang tight. Here we go. Okay, so to make the ginger smash Lupin cookies, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need about 1.5 cups of Lupin flour. And then what I like to do is, if I'm going to use a little bit of a sweetener in it, I'll pour out about 1/2 cup of the coconut sugar, again from our friends at Eco Ideas. And again, that's available on the VEGO food program. And then I'm going to need a little bit of ginger. So what I like doing is using the brand new dehydrated ginger granules that are available now in all of the grocery stores. And interestingly enough, you'll actually find it in the fresh produce section, is where you'll find these jars of these dehydrated little ginger pieces. And I gotta tell you, it's so convenient to have these guys around. And most of the brands out there are actually GMO free. And so I really like using this product. Also with ginger, which kicks up the flavor, is a little bit of cinnamon, and we have some great cinnamon available again on our VEGO food program. And then you're going to need a little bit of baking soda, so I use the aluminum-free baking soda. And then if you don't mind using some butter, well, then you can add a little bit of butter into it, about 1/4 cup of butter. If not, we can use some coconut oil, and 1/4 cup of coconut oil will do just fine. You can put in an egg if you like. I like using duck eggs myself. For those of you who are strict vegan, what you do is you get about 2 tablespoons of ground up flaxseed, and you give it 4 to 1 part. So basically, if you're using 2 tablespoons of ground up flaxseed, it'd be 8 tablespoons of purified water. Let it sit for 10 minutes or so. It thickens up and becomes very gelatinous, and then drop that in as an egg substitute. And then, of course, if you want to hit these cookies up just one more notch, just put in a tiny little bit of molasses into it, and that'll really, really thicken these cookies up. You mix it all up, it becomes this beautiful golden colored batter. You're going to absolutely love it. And then I roll it around. It's kind of sticky, so you can roll it in a little bit of extra Lupin flour dry after you make the balls up. And then I'll place the balls on a parchment paper, and I'll squash it down with a fork, a big fat fork, and I'll make those beautiful grilled imprints on those cookies. I bake it low and slow. I mean, really low and slow. I go about 225 degrees, and I'll go for about 15-20 minutes. I'll let them actually air dry in the oven with the door of the oven popped open just a little bit, and oh my goodness, you're going to absolutely love these cookies. Super, super, super simple recipe, and you are going to love them. And I got a picture of them available on our Instagram account at VEGO Food Show, so dive over there and take a peeky-boo. I think you're going to really, really like this. It's a lot of fun to work with. Next thing I wanted to do is today we're going to do a company review, and so let's dive into that. And today we're going to be talking about Sugar Vida, and it's spelled SUGAVIDA, and this is organic Palmyra tree blossom sugar. This is a brand new substitute sweetener, and the spokesman for the company is a guy named Max von Berg, and he's their chief brand ambassador and co-founder. And boy, I got to tell you, this guy has a solid track record in the business of selling health food products, and he is this over-the-top, boisterous gentleman. Absolutely love this guy. He usually comes in from England, and he spends a little bit of time here traveling across Canada and going touring around the United States, promoting different products at all the trade fairs. And he was here at the CHFA, the Canadian Health Food Association show here in Toronto, Canada, last fall. I spent a few days with him, and then we had a dinner together where everybody, part of the Eco Ideas trade show booth, goes out for dinner together, and I was sitting beside Max, and he is a ton of laughs. The guy is just this bigger than life personality, and he is really big on promoting the Sugar Vida. And you know, Sugar Vida really helps to balance blood sugar levels, and unlike refined sugar, Sugar Vida is made up of the long chain sucralose, which are broken down slowly by the body, and it provides with a stable release of energy and avoiding the dreaded sugar crash. And Sugar Vida has been granted an application patent by the EU and the United States for blood sugar regulation, turning all the perceptions of sugar literally upside down. And it's so much more than just sugar. It has a low GI of only 35 and 3.1 grams of fructose per 100 grams. So this amazing alternative is an ideal for diabetics who still want to enjoy sweetener in their diet. And of course, it reduces sugar and refined carbohydrate addiction. So by swapping refined sugar for Sugar Vida, cravings can be crowded out with this healthy alternative, which consumers have found to reduce and even stop completely the cravings over time. So Sugar Vida has been shown to promote the production of leptin. This is the satiety hormone, which helps us prevent us from basically overeating. So really, you don't become a slave to sugar. And Sugar Vida increases energy. It's a natural food state source of powerful nutrients, unlike synthetic supplements. It's absorbed quickly and completely by the body. So an ideal source of B complex. That's the group of vitamins which convert our food to energy. Sugar Vida helps to increase energy and fight fatigue. And also, it's a rich source, bioavailable form of vitamin B12, and considered the most important of the B vitamin family because it's critical as its role for keeping nerves and blood cells very healthy. Sugar Vida is also a very decent source of iron and helps to support red blood cell formulation and helps oxygen transportation in the body and helps to reduce tiredness and fatigue. So imagine that. You can get all of that with just 2 tablespoons of Sugar Vida every day. And you definitely want to give this guy a try. You're going to absolutely love it. And now, what do we do with this guy? Well, this guy is available in a lot of different formats. One of it is just the plain Palmyra Blossom Sugar, and you get a 250 gram bag of that guy. And the price on the VEGO program, you're going to love it. It's regular retail around $18. Our members only pay $14.39. Remember, there's no membership fees for the remainder of 2020. You'll just call the 188 number, and I'll put it in the liner notes of the podcast as well. And they also have a local area phone number, and call them up and just say, I'd like to get some products on the VEGO program, and they'll hook you up right away. And again, you can get the catalog from my website at bgangel.com. Now, they also have an instant turmeric drink, and this is one of their biggest sellers. It's actually a turmeric latte in a pouch, and you get 10 servings of this guy, and that guy is, again, only $14.39 for 10 servings of the incredible turmeric latte. And they also have a cardamom variety and a spicy ginger turmeric drink as well. This is really one of the big rages in the health food industry, so definitely give Sugar Vida a try. You're going to absolutely love it. And so now for our feature product and feature recipe for the evening, we are going to make a Cherry Madness nut milkshake, and you're going to love it because the feature product in it is something called Fermenta. And Fermenta is a licensed product from Eco Ideas, and this is a bioavailable fermented organic protein powder. Now, the nutritional facts on this type of protein is really cool. 110 calories in only 2 tablespoons, and we have about 170 milligrams of sodium, 48 grams of potassium, 5 grams of carbs, and we have no grams from sugar, 4 grams of fiber, and it's a fairly good source of iron, at 25% of your daily recommended allowance, and it has a lot of trace minerals in it as well, including magnesium, chloride, sulfur, boron, silicon, lithium, phosphorus. So it's got a really nice amount of trace elements in it as well. And this is super, super clean protein powder. I mean, super clean. And so this is vegan, it's fermented, 20 grams of protein per serving, live cultures have been included into it, and it's ethically sourced. And so that's why I love using this Fermenta. Now, the Fermenta protein powder is also really economical. You can get the clean protein powder with the electrolytes, the Fermenta brand, 275 gram tub, regular retail around $29. Our members only pay $22.57. And this is the key item we're going to use in this very, very cool recipe. And so here's how we do it. First, I take out about 3 to 4 tablespoons of the Fermenta protein powder, and I put in my favorite nut milk, and we also have on our VEGO program from Isola, we have a hazelnut nut milk and a rice milk and a coconut milk and a few other varieties, and that is also one of the top selling nut milks on the market right now. And so I put in the hazelnut milk from Isola and along with the Fermenta, and what I do is I then go ahead and I start to blend it up in a blender. So I use my turbo blender and I whiz it up and I turn it on to high. Then the next thing you do is you add in a few frozen cherries and a few ice cubes and a little bit of water, and then I whip it up again, and now it starts to thicken up and you start getting that beautiful, beautiful orange color. Now my secret ingredient. My secret ingredient is from our brand Frequency brand, which is also available on the VEGO program. They have a product called Cherry Elixate. This is the pure black cherry liquor. That's the syrup. No water is cut into it, so this is a pure, unadulterated black cherry juice. And what I do is I put in 2 or 3 tablespoons of this guy in, and boy, does it hit the flavor profile. I'm talking cherry madness. And then you get this rich, rosy, reddish color. Very, very appetizing. Now, to make the cherry madness nut milkshake, if you remember, we made a whipped cream a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm going to review the recipe with you quickly right now. Basically what I do is I take a can of coconut milk and I put it into the fridge overnight. Next day you pop open the can and you're going to find that the coconut fat separates from the coconut milk. And the coconut fat is on the top, and you spoon it out. You throw it into a chilled bowl. And then what I do is I take out our Eco Ideas coconut icing sugar, and I put in 2 or 3 tablespoons, and I get an old-fashioned beater blender, and I whip it up, and what happens, it turns into whipped cream in front of you. And I put it into the piping bag, this beautiful whipped cream. Don't throw away the coconut water. You can use that later on in a future recipe. And then what I do is I get a mason jar. So in the bottom of the mason jar, I pipe in a little bit of my literally whipped cream into it, which is not made with any dairy, so it's made with the coconut fat and the coconut icing sugar. And then I start to pour in my blender mix of the cherries and the coconut and the hazelnut milk and the Fermenta protein powder and the frozen cherries and the ice and the water, and I blend it, I put that in. And then I take some cherry pieces, so I take some of those frozen cherries and I thaw them out and I throw some actual whole cherry pieces in, and then I actually chuck in a little bit of cacao nibs and a broken chocolate bar, like the Picari chocolate bar that we had talked about in our last show. I break it up and I pour that in. I take and I pipe in some more whipped cream, pour some more of our blender mix on top, and I make 2 or 3 layers in the mason jar, and then I top it with some chopped candied pecans and a few of the cherries, and you have put your big long spoon, chuck it in, and I got to tell you something. You want to have a party that they will never forget. You make 5 or 6 of these cherry madness nut milkshakes, store it in the fridge, and then after dinner, when you got your dinner party, pull these guys out, put them on a serving tray, and bring them in, and watch the applause meter go into the 10 plus, because they will look at it and go, that is spectacular. And this is something I seen when I was at Universal Studios, and they have one of the most phenomenal dessert factories there that you've ever seen in your lifetime. Just go over there onto Universal Studios on the City Walk and check it out, and you're going to see this crazy place that looks like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and that's where they make these crazy madness milkshakes. And so I hope you try the Cherry Madness Nut Milkshake. Your friends, your family, your neighbors, and your loved ones are going to absolutely love it. Give it a try, and all of the ingredients are available on our Eco Ideas VEGO food program. So slide over there, get that catalog, get the price list, and get that stuff into your arsenal. Stack your pantry with all of their healthy snacks and marinades and treats and nuts and seeds and milks and all those pantry items, and get yourself stocked up and have a phenomenal summer. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of VEGO. I hope you get a chance to try some of these very cool recipes. Slide over to our Instagram account, VEGO Food Show, and check out the pictures that we have that we've taken. And until next time, blessings to you all. And don't you dare forget, VEGO, and you're done. Bye for now.